Well, good morning out there, nationwide Southwest members and friends. By golly, I'll tell you, it's a little different getting together like this. Just a few short months ago, we were down in Houston and having a good time and sitting down, talking to each other around the table and all kinds of things. Boy, so many things have happened since then. It's been incredible. But we're here today and very thankful to God that we're all in good health, the main thing. And by the way, I really want to say from the bottom of my heart, I hope everyone out there is in really good health and good spirit. One of the things we always try to do at all of our prime times when we get together in our meetings is we try to make sure and impress everybody that you are part of a cooperative, and a cooperative is a member-owned cooperative. This is your company. We work for you, not the other way around. We work for you. All of the people in the field, all of the people inside this office work for you. And with that cooperative, of course, we have a board. And the board has been elected by all of you out there. So everyone in the cooperative that is a member, you have one voting stock. So you get to vote for the board on the elections, and that's who, all of the board members, by the way, are just like you. They're just like you. They own businesses, they run businesses, they operate. They've got the same struggles. They've got all the same things that you deal with, and so they're right in. They're right in where you need to be. And by the way, very important to think about this for a minute. They have a very close relationship to all of you because they are running businesses like you, and they go through the same struggles, the same challenges, the same everything. So they're a great conduit to have, and a great place to go if you've got questions or things like that. And I would like to, some of you here do not know the board, and some of you may not even know who I am. I'm Nsw Vpt, the CEO of Nationwide Southwest, and some of you know me very well. I've been here for quite a bunch of years. Enjoy very much what we're doing here and trying to bring great products, services, and all that with us. Your board members, as I said, are elected. And so we have Doug Schonecker, who is with Bon Marché in Marrero, Louisiana, and he is the president of the board. Then we have Ferg Massing, and Ferg is with Dillsbury Appliance, and Ferg is up in Leavenworth, Kansas. That's where his operation is. We have Mark Alexander, who is with Alexander and Ray's, and he's up in Olathe, Kansas. And then we've got Kenneth Gifford, and Kenneth Gifford is been on the board. He's probably the second on there. I think he's been on there and voted back in several times over the years, as has a lot of them. But we want to restate this. The board is open to anyone that would like to run. You can nominate yourself or be nominated, and the vote then is taking place. And we go out, we have a CPA firm that does all that for us, so we do that. Then we have Dirk Schonecker, who is also with Bon Marché, and he is also in Marrero, so that rounds out our board and takes care of that. So I want to just reiterate that the board is very important. We talk a lot, we have meetings, during this time, we obviously not face-to-face, but we are having conference calls and video conference calls and things just like we're doing here, so that we can stay up with what's going on and we can kind of update everybody and keep them lined up. Gosh almighty, who would have ever thought that just a few short months ago, here we are in America, living our lives wide open, doing pretty much whatever we wanted, going where we want, how we want, and all of a sudden, here comes this COVID thing. We go into massive lockdowns. We go into stay-at-home orders. You can't go nowhere except for just the necessary things, grocery store, gas, whatever. And all the things that we took place. We shut the office for 3.5 months. And we all worked from home. And even though we didn't miss a beat, we was able to be highly productive and do all the things we want. It's never the same as being together and calling the meetings, working through things and getting things done. It's just not near as fun, not near as productive. But anyway, we went through that period, everything was fine. We now are back to work, and with that comes guidelines, of course, and those guidelines say that, you know, we take our temperatures here in the morning, we make sure we've got Clorox wipes all over the place. We're watching everything very, very closely so that no way do we in any way, shape, or form not stay in line with the guidelines and stay as healthy and safe as we possibly can at all times. And we've been very, very fortunate with all this. So I'm glad to hear that. And like I say, just a few short months ago, we were in Houston and having a great time. And all of a sudden we come to this, and now we have a virtual prime time. You're all, everyone's name that is in this bowl right here has attended prime time, the virtual prime time, and has come to our booth. And you had to sign in there, put your information in, and that got your name into the bowl for the drawings. We're going to be sending out some surveys in the next week or 10 days. And those surveys are going to have a lot of information that we would like to have you kind of look at, see what you think, feedback to us. We want to get feedback on what we're doing here. One of the things I think that's important to understand is we don't know at this point in time, we don't know if we're going to be going to Colorado or not. We've all been talking about it. We've had a lot of meetings on it. We've been talking to the hotels out there, and we're just not sure if the guidelines are going to be such that we're not going to be able to do this. So we could be in another one of these virtual prime times again. We don't know that. But at some point in time, we will probably will have to find out something within the next 30 days or so. Otherwise, we're not going to have the time. We're not going to have the time to get it, the registration thing done and get everything locked in the way we want it. So anyway, like I say, lots of challenges. Everybody's got them. Availability, my God, it's horrible. It's horrible in a lot of arenas out there. And we're hearing from all of our members. And it doesn't really matter if you're in the furniture and bedding business and appliances, electronics, whatever. Everybody is running into a problem on availability. And some of these orders I'm hearing, you've got orders placed in the system. Sometimes they're in there for 4, 5, 6 months. And I was talking to a member, yesterday, that had placed some orders in some furniture lines, and they flat told him don't expect anything to ship till March of next year. And then we're hearing things like, well, maybe some of this availability issues that we're talking about, we may not get out of the woods on some of this availability until, say, we might be looking at third quarter of 2021, maybe even later. Now, where does all that come from? Well, one of the things is, of course, production. We've run into COVID. They've shut factories down. They've been closed for 3 weeks, month, whatever. Then they come back, and then you have people there at the factory, some that don't want to come back to work. They don't want to get in the environment because they're nervous about the COVID or whatever. Then you got the situation where you've got the social distancing, you got to stay so far apart. So our production levels are not as high as they used to be, certainly. But more importantly, then on the other side, consumer demand is through the roof. Every place you go today, you will see that consumer demand is just through the roof. And you're looking at things like people they're not taking vacations. They're not getting on the airplanes. They're not going for a week or 10 days or whatever. The cruises are down, everything. So what do? They're taking that money and investing it back into their houses. I've talked to a lot of members, and these members have told me on hundreds of occasions now that business is great, people are coming in and they're purchasing products. And I try to express this to all the members. Availability is a tough deal, and I'm not going to tell you it's not. We battle it every day. We try to work as hard as we can to help every member with availability. But I want to say something to you. Keep the orders in, add to those orders. Keep orders on a constant basis going in so that you can get availability. When it does get produced, it will become available on a truck coming to you. So you want to do that. The other thing that I want to point out before we do the drawings is one other area. COVID has brought about something that's more important than you'll ever know. It has brought to the forefront a whole new way of doing business. From the standpoint, a lot of our businesses got shut down. They had to rely on digital marketing, strong internet, web services. And I will assure you right now that every single member has got to get engaged in this environment, in every marketplace you serve. And if you'll do that, we will assure you also that you're going to get more than your fair share out of that market, and you're going to steal a lot of the share that's not been coming to your stores in the past. Only now you've seen those consumers because they needed something they could not get at the big box stores. So you've captured a lot of business and a lot of new members. What I'd like to point out about that is this. Your business has obviously spiked greatly this year. And I hear it over and over and over. People up 30, 40, 50, 60%. Wonderful. However, 2021 is around the corner. What are you going to do down the road in the next months? How are you going to get those customers back into your store? We have to market to them in the space where they look. And that's going to be the digital world, the telephones. That's going to be your phone, which never goes away from you. It's with you all the time. That's where they're looking. You got to be there. You got to have a website that works on that device. It's got to look pretty, great. We're saying the world is to have something that don't work, because they won't stick with you. So guys and ladies and gentlemen, we have got to really work together. We've developed an entire digital marketing team, by the way. And this digital marketing specialist team is designed to do nothing but work with our membership on developing a strong digital campaign in your markets. You know, most of the time, one of the things I think is interesting, we all talk about budgets and we all talk about how we're going to spend money and how we're going to advertise and market. And I want to tell you something that's really ironic. Generally speaking, you're not going to spend more money than you're spending today. What you're going to do instead, you're going to take money out of one pocket and put it in another pocket. That's really all you're going to be doing. Exchanging money on what you're spending on today, and then putting that same dollar amount into another space where you're going to get bang for the buck. And that's what this is all geared to do for you. Now, as I said earlier, we're going to sign off here in a couple minutes, but I did want to say one more time, thank you all for all of your support out there. It is a pleasure and an honor, and I say that from the bottom of my heart. Myself, our inside team, our outside team, we serve you, and it is an honor to serve you. With that, I want to wish all of you good health. Remain safe and in good health. And hopefully really, really great continued business as we move forward. I think we're going to have a phenomenal finish for the year. We're hoping we can get past some of this availability and get you more products so you can sell even more. And we're here to help you with anything along that line. So with that, we'll sign off and say thank you. And I sure hope we get to see you face to face come March in Colorado. It would be a wonderful, wonderful thing if we could do that. Okay? With that, have a great day, and we love you all.